'cause I haven't been myself since you said goodbye to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Ravens for you. We got another show coming on today. I guarantee you're going to love this. We got a beautiful young lady, a real fine singer. Matter of fact, she got her daddy out here with her. So y'all sit back and relax. Enjoy yourself. Come on, sing to me,
Man,
boys.
you know how I feel if you ever had a gal like me. I said, let me hear from you, baby. Let me hear from you right away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Ravens from 1948. Don't they sound good? So we got a good show for you coming from MPLStudio13.com, straight out of beautiful Mellington, Tennessee. So y'all punch in on the news and the blues, and we got something for you here today. We got a little lady here. She's one fine singer and a real fine little lady, and we're gonna tell you what is your name now?
My name is Ciera Ouellette.
Ciera Ouellette.
Ciera Ouellette, yes.
Okay, tell these folks out there how you spell that, Ciera. They get a charge out of that.
Well, my first name is Ciera, and my last name, which nobody ever seems to get correctly, but that's okay. I don't, hold it against them. But it's Ouellette. So it is Frencher than Frencher can get.
Well,
it is super
that's
French.
great. First of all, we really appreciate you coming out here.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, and Rick, thank you for coming out here, and so this is what we look for, ladies and gentlemen. We've been out here, as you know, we try to help somebody that can sing or dance, play the guitar, the piano, or maybe they're good at corn cob fighting or anything like that. If y'all good at it, just come on out here and see us, give us a call. That's what we're trying to do, is find some of these kids and try to help them a little bit. Everybody needs a little bit of help, and so this little gal can sing. I've been listening to her CD. I mean, she sings pretty much to slap your grandma down. I guarantee you that. So, but we got Josh Coleman. I mean, he's a genius here on doing all the editing and producing. We got Jerry Dye over here. He's managing everything else, and so. We want y'all to kind of enjoy yourself and relax, and we want to tell the world about this. I'm doing all the talking, but what made you decide, Ciera, that you want to get into the singing business?
Oh goodness, this takes me a while.
Go ahead.
Way back.
This is your show.
Well, I just had my 24th birthday on March 22nd, so.
Okay.
I've been singing though since, I was as small as, 3, 4, 5 years old, just singing along to songs on the radio, singing along to Disney movies, obsessed with all the Disney princesses and all the music surrounding that. But yeah, just ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to get the little microphone when we were at the toy store, and the little cassette and karaoke machine. And my mom has the funniest video of me. I'm about 5 years old, and I'm singing in the bathtub, singing Johnny Be Good and I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet. Songs that my dad would teach me when we'd be on long car trips, and he taught me just Johnny Be Good or I Will Survive, or just different songs. And I think my parents had a big influence in just my upbringing, but music's just in my soul. It's in my blood. Like I said, I've been singing since I was a little girl. Picked up the guitar in middle school, about 10, 12 years old, and started writing songs a lot, poetry as an outlet, for all sorts of reasons. But from there, I've kept that with me, and it's been my everything. It's more than just a hobby to me. I wake up every day, I eat, sleep, and breathe this. So I've been singing my whole life.
So yeah, well, that's great. Richie, every time you turn around, she's singing up and down the hallway.
Oh, always. Whether it's yeah, and yeah. So I think that's what she picked it up, is we'd be singing around the house, my wife and I, and then Ciera would go from there, and then we just noticed how she would take we'd do a couple lyrics, and all of a sudden Ciera would just kind of sing away. We're like, oh my God, she's just terrific, and so we'd let her keep going from there.
All right, I guess to keep you awake, is your mama into music, or did you get any of that from her? Or Is anybody in your family speak of, Ciera, that went on?
It's crazy. I do think that we all have a love for music, but you know, I don't know. I can't think of a family member who sings or anything like that. No, you know, my little sister. We're
So
complete opposites,
you'd be the first star out of the family. Is that correct?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm
you
just
got
kidding,
to. You gotta have that good confidence
no,
right
I
there.
have a little sister, and she's amazing. She's the athlete of the family, but we're total opposites. I'm very, you know, I think it's left brain. I hope I'm saying it correctly, but I'm more creative, and she's just, you know, she's very into her sports, but yeah, we're opposites. But I'd like to think I'm a star on the rise, at least in this category of life.
Well, Jim, what did you have? You said you had a question over there for her.
Well, Cerise, I was going to ask you, Ciera, how long have you been singing?
I mean, about 19 years. Really, and this, you know, this past summer I was fortunate, after graduating from Ole Miss, I met Linda Lucchese, who saw my talent and just signed me on initially as a staff songwriter with her company, Simply Grand Music, like I said, formerly known as the Sounds of Memphis. Their big hit, they've got over, you know, thousands of songs in their catalog, and the masters of publishing to so many great hits. But Little Red Riding Hood, Wooly Bully, all those great songs came out of their catalog. So you know, I've been with Linda now for about a year, and she's my manager. Through them, like I said, I've been fortunate. I'm writing like crazy, and my songs on my album that was just released this past month are all songs that I've written. So I'm very proud to say that.
Well, you've answered my other question. It was, when did you really realize that you wanted to sing? It's when you started making your records and your recordings, and you know right then that that's what you was going to do.
I think it's been my whole life. I think, I mean, I've dreaming about it as a little girl. I think a lot of people, I mean, it's one thing to, you know, want to be famous. I mean, that's just on the outside. That's the facade and the glory and you know, all the materialistic. I mean, that's that. But for me, it's, I really truly believe that God gave me this gift to share. You know, I have to. Why else would He? You know, and I had a dark time in my life where I didn't want to sing all the time, and I realized that, you know, not everybody has this, and I'm very blessed, and we all have our special talents, but I really feel like this is something I've got to share with the world, and I'm just so blessed that I'm able to do so.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Ciera, why don't we do one thing? We've been talking to you now. Folks, I guarantee you I've already listened to this CD. And the name of it is Bad Feelings. And what we're going to do for you, we're going to give you a treat. So we're going to play a little bit of... Ciera, if that's all right with you,
Yes,
young lady,
that's
why don't
great.
we just
Sounds
give these
wonderful.
folks a taste of it out there, all right?
Here's Bad Feelings.
True love leaves a memory that no one can steal, and a hell of a heartache that no one can heal. Well, you give me one of those bad feelings that never seem to go away, and I can't stop my heart what it's feeling. True love leaves a memory that no one can steal, and hell of a heartache that no one can heal. Oh yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, right there, I guarantee you that was Ciera Ouellette. See how well I did?
Yes.
That was a good dose of it right there. It's 3 minutes and 16 seconds of pure gold. So, Ciera, thank you very much.
Thank
I
you
really
so
enjoyed
much.
that. I
Thank
guarantee
you.
you got. I like the background music over there.
Oh, good.
Lucchese, is that
Yeah,
her
Linda
name?
Lucchese, yes.
Whoever it was, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's MPLStudio13.com coming to you with the news and blues. We got a fine little lady here and her daddy. It's Ciera Ouellette, and her daddy Rick. He was gracious enough, kind enough to come here and be on the show today. And so she's got this this CD with the name of Bad Feelings. She got some more songs on there. We're gonna play a few more here for you in a little bit. I gotta calm down after hearing something make good. So try something to make you want to kick it around a little bit, won't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Well, I tell you what, let's do. Let's take just a couple of minutes and then let everybody out there know, how did this CD come about, Ciera?
Well, it's been a collection. Every song has been an experience. Everything is real life, and I'd like to say, embarrassingly enough, it's all come out of my diary. So it's been a very vulnerable journey of lyrics and feelings and thoughts from experiences that I've put out there to share with the world. So that's kind of the skeletal version of everything. So
the easy way to put it, you just wrote from the heart.
yeah,
Well,
from the heart.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do that. So,
Yeah.
well, not easy to do it. I ain't never wrote no song. I wrote a book, but I ain't never wrote a song. But Rick, all these while your little gal was growing up there, did you ever have any idea that one time I think she said she's 24, that you'd be sitting and going through all this, or what did you think when she was, say, 12 years old? What do you think she would be doing if she's 24?
Well, what we saw was that we would just say, a couple phrases from a song, and all of a sudden she'd pick up on it and just take it from there. And we thought, geez, my goodness, she just continues to, sing these songs and carry the lyrics and just the tunes that she was doing. And we thought this was, terrific. And so we would encourage her to do a lot of that. And through her, early teenage years into her late teenage years, she really sang a lot. And then getting to the college years, I was, probably for parents, it's probably good that she kind of focused on getting her college degree, which was fantastic. And then right after she graduated, she started picking back up on it again, and it feels like she hasn't kind of been away from it at all.
No.
Well, when you did your writing, Ciera, where did you write? In a particular place, and late at night or early in the morning, or do you have a routine, or just when it hit you?
Well, there's kind of a joke in my family. I kind of get called the vampire in my family, and I'm a night owl. I like to stay up late at night. I mean, most teenagers and kids in their young 20s do. So yes, I think most creatively at nighttime. That's where all my best songs and everything's come out of. So
I know Houston Wages with the from Friends of Load on this. He'd stay up all night and write, and nobody's bothering him. He'd think a lot better.
You think better, and I don't know. It's just you're restless right before you go to bed, and so kind of the last couple of things that are on my mind are usually the most important things that are profound and stick with me. So I tend to jot those feelings down. And, not always when I write something down, a song pops out of it, but I'm really big on writing everything down. I'm really big on documenting everything and coming back and visiting that text message and reading that conversation and looking at the tone and the wording that you used, whether it was, a flirty text with a guy that you like, your crush, and you're dying for him to take you on a date, or if it was that ex-boyfriend that you just said, I'd see you later, Jack. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it's a process. So there's so many different outlets and ways to go about it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Ciera Ouellette and her fine daddy, Rick. It's a very supportive. You can tell that coming from a real tight family. But Ciera, let's jump back a little bit and tell the folks out there in, say, Germany, where Mike Dickler are, or maybe up there in Union City where George and Joe Lynn had his leg cut on. And George, I hope you get along a lot better, big boy. But where'd you go to grammar school, Ciera?
Well, I've had a very interesting life. I was born in Texas.
Okay.
From there, moved to Florida, moved to Connecticut, moved to Tennessee for the first time, Savannah, Georgia, back to Memphis, down to Mississippi to Ole Miss, up to Cincinnati. I've moved all around. I like to say I'm kind of like a chameleon because I can change my colors and adapt anywhere I go. But to say what grammar school did I go to, that's a hard question to answer. But yeah, I've bounced around. So, but I did spend a majority of my years in Savannah, Georgia, and also in Memphis, they've both been awesome places to live.
I don't come any better in the South, no. I guarantee you that American by birth and Southern by the grace of God, so you can't hardly beat that. So,
no.
Rick, so you must have had one of those jobs where you jumped around a pretty good bit, didn't you?
Yes, I worked for International Paper and have been with them for 25 years, and so they've given me different opportunities. So I've done, I guess I would call my tour of duty of all different places for the company, and the family's come along with me, and we've had a good run with it, and I think it's really helped Ciera, grow as a person. When she went off to college, she had so many different experiences that she did a real good job in college, and I was glad to see her be able to get her degree in the 4 years, and she adjusted well because because we had the experience of living in different places.
Well, that's great. I know you said at one time you're from Maine.
Yeah, I think you could pick up on that. I always tell everybody when they hear me start talking, I always tell them I was born north of Tupelo. Yeah. And I think they said, yeah, way north.
Well, that's about like someone would say, I've been to L.A. I said, oh, yeah, you don't sound like it. Yeah, lower Alabama.
That's right, there you go.
But, Ciera, is anybody in particular in your life, when you think about people that have encouraged you, whether it be a teacher, or your next door neighbor, or your Sunday school teacher, or anything that you look at that assists you?
Honestly, my biggest advocate and the greatest person in the world and my life is my mother. She's, I could just talk for days on everything, and every practice that she ever drove me to, or every last minute, moment where I needed an outfit or I needed something, or whether it was, making me some eggs and getting me out the door in the morning, just, making life a little bit easier. It's my mom. She's been my rock and just my constant, person, supporter in my life who's really kept me with music. Well, opened my eyes to so many different things.
Ladies and gentlemen all over the world out there, all you good people tuning in, it makes you feel so good nowadays when you've got a tight family where you hear so much about the people that having problems. And here we got a very proud daddy, and we got a very proud mom, and little girl is love for music. Man, it almost bring a tear to a glass eye because you hear so much mess out there, and you got people that try to do right, and it really is just so enjoyable to be around good people. And but I tell you what we're going to do right now, we're going to play another little song. It took me a while to kind of get over that one there and get my feet back on the ground, because we got another one here, and this is called If I Could, and so we're going to see if we can't play that one for you.
baby, if I could, then you know I would kiss you every minute of every day. I would swim through a million oceans, show my devotion, oh, every day. I will, yes I will, oh I will, every day. I will.
Very proud, I tell you, you sure can sing.
Every day.
That's good.
Oh, is life great when we're together, like birds of a feather? Oh, baby, whenever we could just stay this way together forever again. Oh, baby, if I could, then you know I would kiss you every minute of every day. I would swim through a million oceans, show my devotion, oh, every day. I will, yes I will, oh I will, every day. I would swim through a million oceans, show my devotion, until we're old and gray. I will, yes I will, oh I will, every day. I will, yes I will, oh every day. And when I'm scared, you hold my hand, try to understand, you're my best friend. I will always and forever love you till the end. Oh baby, if I could, then you know I would kiss you every minute of every day. I would swim through a million oceans, show my devotion, oh every day. I will, yes I will, oh I will, every day. I would swim through a million oceans, show my devotion, until we're old and gray. I will, yes I will, oh I will, every day. I will, yes I will, oh every day.
Oh, thank you so much. That was Ciera Ouellette coming to you. I tell you what, that right there, friends, that ain't nothing but pretty. I don't care where you are, whether you're from Maine or whether you're from Texas or Florida, wherever she getting being. That little gal can sing right there. I got a question for you. Who's that band playing with you, Ciera?
The band, well, I handpicked the band. Our pianist is Brandon Tyser, our
Okay.
violinist is Donna Wolf, our bass player is Mark Cianciolo, our drummer is Tommy Lobianco. We have a lot of Italians here. Bear with me. Our guitarist is Brandon Edwards, and our other guitarist is Philip Stroud. And some of those boys, they're in a band in Memphis called the Velvet Dogs. I don't know if you're familiar, but yes, great group of guys. And of course Donna, who she plays violin a lot through the Orpheum and several other things around town. But just a great group of people, and we had so much fun. We get to record at Ardent Recording Studios there on Madison Avenue, and man, I tell you what, walking in there, I couldn't believe that. Yeah. I'm seeing gold records on the wall, and people like ZZ Top and Travis Tritt and Led Zeppelin, have recorded there. So that was exciting. But
Well, that's great. We got something here. I'm looking over this. Tell us about this. When you came out, I guess you call it your release party. Is that what you call that?
yeah,
Ciera?
my album release party.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was this past Friday, which it was my birthday. I just turned 24, so I'm kind of excited about that. That it doesn't get old saying that, but we had a blast that night. It was at Ardent Studios. We had a great group come out, and I sang a few songs and introduced my CD, and we just had a great time. Had a few light cocktails and refreshments. It was a great evening.
Well, that's great. It's we're gonna get a little better where you can see this right here. But I'll tell you one thing we need to do before we go any further. We need this CD. If somebody wants to hear you sing, why don't you tell me where they can buy this CD? And the name of it, ladies and gentlemen, is called Bad Feelings, right there.
Bad Feelings. You can find it for digital download on iTunes and Amazon. You can listen to it for free on Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. It's on YouTube. And if you would like to get a physical copy, it is available through Amazon. So my official website, where you can find all of my updates and stories and my notes and just all kinds of good stuff, is CieraOuellette.com, and the label that I'm signed with, SimplyGrandMusic.com.
Okay, that's the main thing. Whoever, all you folks out there in Tacoma, we got people in Sacramento and let's say Lynn, Brenda, Adams, and Gonzales, Texas. They always listen. So I just want to make sure if you heard the little gal, whether she spell it, whether she got a phone number or whatever it's called. I don't know about no blog or nothing. Josh does. He's a genius, and I know how to talk on the telephone. But that's about it. But you hear this little gal singing, y'all call her up or get on the email, blog, whatever you.
Facebook.
Facebook,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
Facebook. Please check out my Facebook page,
Yeah.
and I'm on Twitter. Yes, please check it out and
Yeah.
hit the like button. Definitely.
That's right. I'm gonna tell you one thing. This little gal sing. I sit there trying to think. Of course, I'm so much older than one thing, and I've heard a bunch of singers, and 3 or 4 go through my head. This little gal sang right here. Man, I hope you really get I hope you get an opportunity.
Thank you. I do
Hey,
too.
it's call it a break or something. The good Lord gonna
Yeah.
take care of that and everything. But I want to remind all of you out there, it's MPLStudio13.com coming to you, and we're always looking for talent. We found one here. I guarantee you this little gal's fine right here. So we want you to support her and listen to her. And anybody else out there on the, if you're out in Texas or wherever you happen to be, if you want to come get on the show, it don't cost you a dime. That's about the best deal that you're going to find anywhere. You can't hardly beat that. You find something free, but we got this thing set up here where we're sending it all over the world. So this little gal here gonna end up in Germany. She's gonna end up in Beijing, China, over at Peter Wang's place, and down there at Chile, down there at Wang's restaurant. So I'm gonna
So
send you
exciting.
where you go in there and speak to them or one thing or another. But Rick, all this time that you've been helping your little gal there and everything, hasn't it been a joy for you?
Oh, absolutely. My wife and I, it's terrific. And, we have Ciera, and we have our other daughter, Elizabeth, and, both, they both different things going on in their lives. Ciera's the artsy one, and, whether she's playing the acoustic guitar, the electric guitar, or on the piano. And then Elizabeth, like my wife tonight, she's with Elizabeth. Elizabeth is doing her sports. She's our sports fanatic, lacrosse and soccer and all those sorts of things. So we just love our little girls, and it's been a joy watching Ciera just grow into this young adult she has and take music so seriously now.
Well, that's great. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to St. Vincent's Academy, which was an all-girls Catholic school in Savannah, Georgia, and then when we moved back to Memphis, I finished up at St. George's Independent School. So that's there in Collierville, Tennessee.
Well, now, one question about, you went to Ole Miss.
Yes.
Great school.
Oh, yes,
SEC
hotty
school,
toddy.
great school, one thing or another, but what would you major when you were going to school? What would you
I
major?
majored in print journalism and minored in English with an emphasis in public relations. So, gosh, in every aspect of my life, I've been writing, and I love to read and write. I'm completely obsessed with poetry and everything. So, yeah.
Well, good. So, did you enjoy your time at Ole Miss?
Oh gosh, it was the time of my life.
Right.
I was serious, I studied, I did, I was in Greek life, and I was involved in at Theta, which, is real big, doing the whole sorority fraternity thing at Ole Miss. But
Well, I will have to say this here, whether you can sing, that's been established, because if I tell you can sing, about the only thing I can play is radio, but I can tell you if it's good or not. And I wouldn't sit here and tell you that, but the personality you got in the back and you got out of your parents and all your friends, one thing or another.
thank you.
So, but, it's kind of hard to get these kids on TV and you can't, radio and one thing or another, so, but one thing I want to do is go out there and give these kids a break, if they call it a break, and or just get the opportunity. Not everybody gonna get on TV. Man, they lined up down there at FedEx Forum from here to Shake Rag,
Yeah, it's a great. I mean, I'm so blessed to have met you, and I'm very happy that we're able to work together. And I just would like to say that there's so much talent. Memphis has so much awesome local talent coming out of here, and we need to keep that going. We need to keep Memphis music alive, and support your local talent. Go out to the shows. Hit the like button. Check it out on YouTube or Reverb Nation, and get involved in your community. I think that's really important, and we've all got to support each other here. It's not I'm very, very happy that we're able here to do this, but it's not just about me. It's about all of us, and I think that we all need to do our part and help each other out and support each other, and let's keep Memphis music alive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, we're coming to you, MPLstudio13.com, downtown beautiful Millington, Tennessee. We're sitting there talking to a fine little lady, Ciera Ouellette, and their very proud papa called Rick. And they were gracious and kind enough to come out here and visit with us and get them on. She got a little CD right here. We played a couple songs. What we're going to do, this other one here is Don't Worry About Me coming on. Is that old Marty Robbins song, or is that a different song?
It's a different song that I wrote, but I'd like to say we call it my Patsy song. It's got a huge Patsy Cline influence to
Lord
it.
have mercy, don't tell me
I
that.
love some Patsy. Judy Lewis.
She's the greatest singer that ever they come close here. But Patsy Cline had the chill bump on me right there. Well, I tell you what we're going to do, ladies.
Last night I thought about it. Last night I almost called you out. My girlfriend saw you cheating as you were kissing another girl. I shouldn't really be surprised. Bad character broke your disguise, and I can't take it anymore. Well, don't you worry about me, baby, I'll be doing just fine. It won't take me too long after I have this glass of wine. I can't fake my feelings anymore, so I'll make this real easy and just walk out our door. It's just too complicated. I'm slowly burning up inside. It ain't the way you say it. I'm simply sick of all your lies. You could have spiced things up a bit. I laid in bed crying over it, and I can't take it anymore. Well, don't you worry about me, baby, I'll be doing just fine. It won't take me too long after I have this glass of wine. I can't fake my feelings anymore, so I'll make this real easy and just walk out our door. fresh start. So don't you worry about me, baby, I'll be doing just fine. It won't take me too long after I down this glass of wine. I can't fake my feelings anymore, so I'll make this real easy and just walk out our door. I said I'll make this real easy and just walk out our door.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you had that 3 minutes and 46 seconds. I'm telling you right now. Ciera, you sure can sing, young
Thank
lady.
you
I
so
enjoyed that. That's the
much.
first time I heard that now, but that's mighty good. I like it.
Thank you, thank you.
So, but I tell you what, we're lucky. This boy named Tom Braswell. Been talking to him, and I show him the thing. It's the way the good Lord works, mysterious ways sometimes. But I guess
He
lucky
does.
I was talking to him, and we talking to music, and we was fortunate enough for y'all to be able to drive out here and put you on. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going all over the world on MPLstudio13.com. This little gal's name. What's your name?
Ciera Ouellette.
Okay, how can they get a hold of you?
You can find me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/simply or at my website at cieraouellette.com. That's Ciera with a C and Ouellette with an O, if that makes any sense at all. But trust me, cieraouellette.com, and yeah, hopefully you'll check me out on Facebook, and I'd love to stay in touch and have keep promoting these bad feelings.
Yeah, well, that's great. I'm impressed. I promise you I am.
Thank
There is Rick. Is there anything? Well, we're gonna wind this thing up here in a little bit. Is there anything that you'd like to? We just want you to be relaxed and and enjoy yourself and have all. Is there anything you'd like to talk about or bring attention to besides you just love a little gal and she's great?
Well, we're very proud of her, and what we tell her is the one thing: you got to keep working hard. That's the most important thing out there. Is if you work hard and you think good thoughts and do good things, good things are going to happen to you. So, that's the most important thing for any little girl out there. We just want her to be someone to come back to us and tell us, this is a really good girl. She's got really good thoughts, good heart, and she works hard. And that's what I think the most important thing is keep working hard.
Yeah.
What I didn't ask you, Ciera, not to put you on the spot or anything, but I'm sure the personality you got and as nice and kind as you are. What do you do out in the community, whether it's at church or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I've been really involved a lot lately with an organization that International Paper is a sponsor of, and it's called Coins for Kids. So we go around and we're raising money, and the money all goes towards children in Africa, feeding them. Whether it's we're holding different fundraisers and events like that. My biggest thing is if there's ever an opportunity where I can sing at something and put my talents forth to help, bring in a crowd or bring in my fans or whatever, however I can help, it really does kind of warm my heart to help others. And I just hope that I can, my music can reach out to other people and other girls, and hopefully guys will take an interest in my music too. But ladies, I really hope that my feelings and my experiences and the things that I've gone through and that I want to project and share, that I hope that it helps or that you can relate somehow. And if that happens, then my job is done. I've succeeded. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Ciera Ouellette today and her daddy, Rick. It's MPLstudio13.com coming to you with the news, and we got the blues. And I didn't even play one of my Little Richard songs or Chuck Berry and Maybelline or anything today, because I want to make sure that y'all heard this good song right here. So we're going to talk to this little gal here, and we see if I can get her to sing at some local functions or whatever out here. We're going to get her up and see if we can expose her a little bit to Millington area. It's not gonna hurt anything. And I want to tell you something now. This is a really nice young lady, and as good looking as she is on this CD, she's a lot better looking in person.
Oh, thank you.
So you get a mighty proud of her. Parents real proud of her, and we got the booklet we got here. It's got all the information. So you get a hold of her, she'll send you a CD. And Ciera, is there anything else that you'd like to? Just feel free to talk. This is your show.
Well, thank you. I just, first of all, I want to thank you, Otis. Thank you for having me on here. And
Thank you, Dad.
I really hope that you guys will give Bad Feelings a try and, you know, look it up. Look up Bad Feelings. Search it on YouTube. Share it with your friends. I feel so fortunate and blessed to have the opportunity to be here. And, you know, thank you for taking the time to listen to me and share my dream. I really appreciate that.
Hey, Josh, well, anything else we left out, big boy, you like?
Nothing thing I can think of.
Well, that's a genius right there. He's an editor and a producer, and
Yeah.
does all this stuff. Without him, I couldn't do all this stuff. But,
Oh, we couldn't do it without you.
I tell you what, he's number one there. But ladies and gentlemen, we have been delighted to have a little lady called Ciera Ouellette, and we just take her to death. She's a fine young lady, comes from a nice Christian home, does so much stuff out in the public, and I guarantee you that you just have a good feeling about her, and we wish you all the success in the world,
Thank
young lady.
you. Thank you.
As long
so
as you
much.
got your mom and daddy and you got your family.
Yes.
So I guess it's about time for us to get out of here, Josh. I mean, the clock on the wall says it's about time to go. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to let the Ravens get us out of here one more time. So if I can punch in there, I'm not used to stuff. Everything we've been playing, I think the old records are scratchy and missing and everything else, but right now this is the Ravens from 1948. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking to Ciera Ouellette. We hope and pray to God that she's going to be one of the big stars you couldn't ask for. A nice little lady. She is so sweet and nice and does so much, and she comes from a great family.
Thank you.
So y'all get on out there and support her. Maybe she talked to me.
Yes, I wrote my damn letter, and this is what I had to
I
say.
kind of like this kind of music here.
Yes, I wrote my damn letter, and this is what I had to say. Man, you know how I feel if you ever had a gal like me. I said, let me hear from you, baby, let me hear.
Sound just like them all to be harmonizing with them right now, you know.
Yes, let me hear from you,
All right,
baby.
ladies and gentlemen, that's going to about wind this thing up. God bless you for listening. All you people all over the world.
Cause
Be
I
good to one another.
haven't been myself
See you next time.
since you went
Right.
away.